All right, give it a shot. I'll tell you, I'm going to urgent care today. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going to urgent care. I gotta get the excuse anyway for it. Definitely going to urgent care today. I ain't tripping on that. I'm sipping on something. Now my homeboys
Measure
think
your
I'm
life.
bad, bitch.
Just be here right
Like,
now, comforting you. You don't have one, or you don't want one. But you have one.
Kush.
brother,
Fucking
I say you're blue from top.
bitches.
Fucking
Fucking
business.
shit.
I
Fucking
fucking
niggas.
business. I'm
Fuck.
fucking her friend. I have to say,
Fucking. Yeah.
I just say back to tell her it's like not somebody tell her I'll just say nobody like yeah, I'm saying taking a hand passing that
Bitch.
bitch like I ain't took it man. I'm sick with those something and my whole was like bad
Bitch.
shit but like sick with those something and my whole was they bad
Bitch.
shit but like chilling for my swag though for the day. Girl, I guess I could wait.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When she do that shit. Man, I hate it when she do that
Yeah.
shit.
But. Oh.
You gotta make it true.
Okay. Bitch.
Single, but I single.
Bitch. Welcome.
I make a feel like a plate.
Dick.
Like, yeah, what's good with you, bro? How you been, bro? I know I ain't been in this bitch in a minute. How you been?
Just playing. Then I falls in that pussy. Nigga,
I don't know. Nah. Oh, wow.
aim.
She both bad. Hey, bro, we both bad. What is good, right? Nothing good. If you say it's fucking name, you know what I'm saying? Think I had passing that
Bitch.
bitch, right? You know what? Tripping down that. I'm sipping down something. And what homeboy saying, got mad to
Bitch.
be fucking at the cigar. I'm single.
Bitch.
Hey, if you single, but you if you single, but you but you if you single, but you if you Quavo that single, he dropped. Quavo single, Quavo that single, he dropped. What it say? We had a lot of music that dropped last night. Quavo that single he dropped last night was fire. I ain't even seen nothing he dropped last night. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie, Jeff. I ain't even been on Quavo ass. I ain't been on Offset ass. I ain't been on none of their ass. Ever since motherfucking Take died, that fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie to you. That fucked me up. I ain't even want to listen to nothing new they drop. I ain't gonna lie. They ass was bogus as hell for that. I ain't gonna lie. They ass bogus as hell for that. Shit, what y'all dropped last night though? What y'all dropped last night though? I've been keeping up with everything that drops on Thursday. Doesn't matter what genre music it is. I listen to every album for sure. Shit, I ain't mad at that. Gotta keep it up though. Gotta keep up with the music for sure. If it, as long as it's good, as long as it's good, gotta keep up with it for sure. I ain't mad at that, bro. Yeah, I gotta go to urgent care in a little bit, bro. Oh my god, ain't no way. I've been taking medicine for like 4 days now. No fucking way. There's no way, bro. No way. Hold on, what's that? That's dedication five, right? I think single. I want to hear that. That ain't even dedication though. They ain't even dedication. That's sorry for the wait. I think it's sorry for the wait too. I think it's sorry for the wait. I think it's sorry. Man, come on. I think it's sorry for the wait too. Hold on, I gotta find out which sorry for the wait it is. I think it's sorry for the wait. I want that one with I want that one with I want that one with the Walker Flocka. Sorry for the wait. Three. Which sorry is that sorry for the wait? I think it is. I can't even remember for real. I can't remember which one it is for real. I ain't listened to these shit for so long. Find out which one it is right quick. It might not even. I'm sure it's sorry. No, it's no silly. It's no silly. I'm tripping. It's not no silly. I'm tripping. It's not no silly. I'm tripping. Wait a minute. Well, yo, wait a minute. Time out on the fucking play, bro. Time out on the fucking play. Oh my God, he almost made me puke just now. Oh my God. His music and that's what quit did Jeffrey not use potty. God not oops, dead phone, picked up the TV from text to speak. God damn, Jeff, how the hell you got Twitch on how the hell you got Twitch on your TV? Ain't no way you got Twitch on your TV, guy. What the hell? You must got that bitch connected to some other phone or a tablet or something. Ain't no way you got Twitch on the TV. How the fuck you did that? I'm trying to listen to that. Damn, bro. I can't. Is that note, bro? I'm sure it's sorry for the wait. I know it's sorry for the wait. Hey, it's nobody that's gonna convince me that it's different. I know it's sorry for the wait. That's a fact. I need all Lil Wayne mixtapes back in around that time. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that. Hold on. Here it is. It's this. Oh, is it the first no ceilings? I want to hear that. I swear. I want to hear that.
Okay, I got this. I need that. You could I mean, nigga, don't I need this nigga, I'm the street bitch, you know. Oh, bitch, this nigga. A whole way, a minute, whole way. Say, the whole way. And you don't have I'll take your shit. Let me know. So I can know. You know, Santo, the time I don't know. With him out of that, but it was for the power practical.
DJ Swift, let's go.
See how man, I selling this thing. Right, this. No, 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 he's out of here. Yeah. So,
Don't sell us that. Yeah, artist mixtape. Yo, this bitch was artist mixtape. That and that, bro. I tell you what, watch this. I'm gonna find out what it is. Watch this. It's this mixtape. So okay, so it is the same mixtape. Okay, so it is the same mixtape. Yeah, it is the same mixtape. Okay.
oh,
Dope.
I know that. Yeah, I do know. Yes, I know.
No ceiling. Watch what he say. Watch what he say. No ceiling. Yeah. 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 Bro, I remember. Oh, bro, I remember getting on the bus early in the morning, my nigga. Getting on the bus, high school, bro. Getting on the bus early in the morning. After we done blowed at the bus stop. No, we ain't supposed to be getting on the bus smelling like we. We getting on that bitch. Soon as I had a homeboy named Jared who play basketball. He down there taller than me. I think he rap now though. I ain't talked to him in a minute. Anyway, this was his favorite rapper, bro. This was his favorite rapper all time. I swear to God, I'm not lying, bro. Every time you get on the bus in the morning, nigga, before you even get up the top step, bro, back then, y'all know back then we had gummies back then. Y'all know about gummies. Tell y'all about gummies. Y'all know about gummies. Now you got to order these shit. The ones they put in the store, them shit's trash. They don't even make these shits no more. Watch this. Watch it. As you can tell, you can't even. You got to type it in for it to pop up. Oh, it's called your gummy, bro. These bitches right here, my nigga. These bitches right here. No, these. No, 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 no. It's the one. They don't got these shit. These must be the new era ones we had. It was flat. It ain't had this little piece right here. It was flat. Boy, boy, when I tell you, listen here, boy, these was the loudest headphones of all time. Bro. I hate that they stopped producing these shit or like putting them on the shelf. Now when you go to the store, you'll find these. These the bullshit. Show y'all the bullshit. These the bullshit. These the ones that they put in the store now. Shit's trash, bro. These bitches right here, I don't know what the fuck, how they was making them shit. Boy, I swear to God, bro. I swear to. When was that? I'm gonna say 2016. I'm gonna say 2016, bro. So this the only scene, but see, we ain't had this. I don't remember this little piece right here. I don't remember this little piece. I don't remember. See, that's how they. That's a whole other story though. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah, see, that's some timeline shit. Timeline, timeline. That's some timeline shit. 'Cause I definitely don't remember this little piece right here, and I can definitely call my brother right now for sure. I can definitely call if he has some phone, and he'll tell you he do not remember this little piece either. I definitely don't remember this little piece right here. Ones we had, it was flat. It was flat. It ain't had no piece. It was shaped just like this, but it didn't have this piece right here. Boy, them shit's so loud. But before you get to the top step, you can hear the, bro. You can hear the mixtape. You can hear Wayne, bro, coming from the back of the butt, nigga. Always, and I ain't talking about the back. I'm talking about all the way from the back of the bus, bro. He is beating that shit. Some shit you'll never forget. One time, one time, one time. Never forget that shit. One time. I think is it song? Yeah, that shit right here.
Just, I'm a foul. And the everything going to do. Hey, dog. Man. Nah.
All this music, what it got?
That's a sorry for you bitches. Like an old transmission.
Bro, you will not get this Wayne back. I swear to God, you will not never get this Wayne back. This Wayne is over. This Wayne is over. That's the craziest part about it. This Wayne right here is over, gang.
I'm a 17, but bitch, I don't mind.
Hey, hey, dog. Like, Red Ron's like, I wonder how old this actual song is. Probably like 2026. So yeah, this actual song is probably like, yeah, about 10 years old. Probably about 10, 11, something like that. 10, 11 years old. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all who hard too. I ain't really know it's hard. This nigga right here really hard, bro, for real. I forgot what song I was listening to the other day. That bitch hard. Hey, bro, Doe B really hard for real. Doe B is really hard for real. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, who the fuck you think you is, nigga? How fuck, nigga?
This a trap.
Let me find out, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Expose you, nigga. Hey. Let me find out you fuck niggas hang on the low. I'ma turn up a little more. Twist the knob, take your hoe. Let me find out you little niggas plotting on the key.
Hold on. Two different people, my bad. Two different people, my bad. My bad. That's my fault. I forgot what song I was listening to the other day. That bitch was so hard.
Up here. Stop for real. Me Johnny. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, guys.
Okay.
Yo, this nigga really hard, bro. This nigga really. This nigga really hard. Yeah. Hey, the man really hard though. He said, I just bought a minivan for my family. This is a banger when I'm driving alone. He funny as hell. Yeah, where the fuck is Doughboy from though? Where the fuck is Doughboy? I thought he was from Cali. Where is Doughboy? I think he's from Cali. Oh, he from Ohio. Wow, he's from Ohio. Why do he remind me of somebody from Cali, bro? Yeah, man, he from East Street. That's crazy. That's damn near where everybody from that's famous. For real, for real. Bro, that's crazy. I thought this nigga was from a fucking. That's crazy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Doughboy. Doughboy hard for real. I ain't really never like listen to him because I ain't really think he was hard. Then I heard the song the other day. I was like, damn, this shit is spitting. Talking about some damn little RT. Man, that little boy need to be in a fucking in a goddamn house. on a little textbook in a fucking little computer doing his homework. Where the fuck that little boy need to be at? What's crazy? Yeah, that's on you, bitch, not me. This right here. Oh, face so. I didn't see that. You can go. You already said that once. I don't need to say it 2 or 3 times. I don't gotta do shit. And I'm on my screen. So you can shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. Appreciate it. Oh, actually, before all of that, I was actually where it
So come with us to Lumberton, North Carolina to find out. Our journey ends in the town of Pembroke, which is almost entirely Lumbee.
You think we have an accent? The tribe located in Pembroke, North Carolina.
But it began in Lumberton itself. We just entered Lumberton, North Carolina. This is the city where Michael Jordan's dad was murdered while he was sleeping in his car. It's the most dangerous town today in all of North Carolina. We're gonna go check it out and also meet some of the new Lumbee tribe that was just federally recognized.
All my life.
All your life.
All my life.
By the way, I see you got the Lumbee chain, right?
Yeah.
So what's the story? Are you Lumbee?
Yeah.
What is Lumbee for people who have no idea?
It's a native culture pride. It's been around for centuries. We just got recognized, really. I like it here. I think I'll get away from here soon. I'm gonna leave here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna live here all my life, but I like it here, man. I think I always come back and visit here. When I got a teenager, I got into some trouble, so it slowed me down playing sports. I wasn't able to go back to school, so I didn't ever finish school. But Lumberton, it's not really got no better. It's just got worse over the years. Right now, I'm going to court on a murder trial right now from my brother-in-law, triple homicide. We haven't had a triple homicide in 20 years. We had one in 2021, and then we just had one 3 months ago too.
Lumberton's murder rate is over twice as high as St. Louis's, the country's most dangerous large city.
We used to rock and roll here, cuz. I mean, like right now, this would be jumping. But it's, downtown areas and malls and stuff. We lost a lot of textiles. It's a nice little town, man. I want to leave. It's peaceful here, quiet. When I grew up, man, everybody knew everybody, and we all got along. We couldn't get along, and you had a problem. I hadn't had no trouble here as far as crime. I don't know. There's youngins that do stuff like this, like anywhere. Robinson County is full of drugs. They got fentanyl now. That stuff's dangerous, buddy. It'll kill you. In my life, I don't see why somebody wants to get like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you want to leave like that? I snorted boatloads of cocaine. Pablo Escobar was his name. And it ate a hole in it. I'm not ashamed. I mean, it happened. I know Social Security now.
Yeah. So you're okay.
Oh shit, he's
great.
funny as hell.
You seem like it.
He said, man, I don't
After
know.
these conversations, we wanted to know what happened to the town.
That was
Around
funny.
the corner, we started to get answers. Now, we're about to go into what exactly happened in Lumberton, and spoiler, a lot had to do with economic change. And that has a lot to do with our sponsor for today, Strawberry. Strawberry is a site that matches you with a career coach. If you're not where you are in your career and you're taking your able to get their career.
About Lumberton, don't you?
When we looked it up, we did see a few bad headlines. I'm not gonna lie.
Came back in 08, and it's nothing like it was.
What changed?
The people. The town didn't change, the people changed. Go to the grocery store, leave your car running, come back out, and it'd still be the same. You better not do that now. Politicians took our tobacco away, took our textiles away, and the money left town, A lot of the buildings, a lot of the businesses down here downtown have closed. There used to be Firestone here, and before you got that, my aunt had a beauty shop down on the left-hand side. It used to be a jumping town, man. The business left, tobacco and textiles killed us all.
For context, Lumberton lost 6,500 factory jobs between 1996 and 2001, and tobacco farming shrunk by over half from the 80s to now.
Man, you got good things and you got bad things you hear about Lumberton. A lot of shootings, a lot of killings. That's about the main thing you've been hearing about lately with Lumberton.
Back in the days, it was fun. It was good coming up, man. You didn't have all these murders. Now the new generation, Oh my God, they something terrible. It's the new generation. Yes, the new generation.
Do you blame the old generation that raised them?
No, it's the kids. You know, we did what we can do to guide them in the right direction, but they get out here with their little games and it's a whole different story.
Are you Lumbee? No.
Yeah, we just got federally recognized. That's pretty big going on around.
Was it its own tribe? What are Lumbees?
I don't know too much. People that was around here came together, created a tribe. Like I said, Lumbee, you know, you got the Lumber River. They used to transport lumber down there. It's just things, you know, growing up listening to what was told to me.
The Lumbees are a tribe that for decades didn't get recognition from the federal government. Some blame the Cherokee for lobbying against that recognition. Others say it's just because they have a weaker case. Their lineage and ancestry are less clear than other tribes. We then sat down with a Lumbee to learn more.
Lloyd Locklear.
Mr. Locklear?
Yeah, Locklear.
Is it with the law firm down there?
Like the law firm, but not the law firm.
Not the law firm?
It was the most prominent surname. I got confused or thought sometimes people took me to be white until they heard my last name. I was one of the first Indians to graduate from the segregated city school system. When I was a kid, probably about 10, 12, my white friends, we decided to go to the movies, and so I went up and the man asked me my name, and I told him Mickey Locklear. Before I went to sit down, he grabbed me by the ear. He said, "You can't sit down here. This is for whites. You have to sit upstairs." So my little friend said, "That's all right, we'll go with you." He said, "Y'all can't go up there. It's for Indians only." So we decided to go back home and play in the playground.
All right, we're taking a quick lunch break, and we're in North Carolina, so we had to go back to Cookout. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. There's so many parts of the country that don't get the spotlight at all. We show you those. We show them in a real, raw, interesting, fast, and enjoyable way. But seriously, please subscribe. It'll help us a ton. Like that video. Let's keep going through Lumberton and then Pembroke. Thank you. Before leaving Lumberton to visit the Lumbee capital in the neighboring town of Pembroke, we talked to some of the young people in Lumberton. And are you born and raised in Lumberton?
Unfortunately.
Do a lot of people stay here? Is there opportunity here?
A lot of people stay here. I wouldn't say there's a lot of opportunity here. It's a lot of blue collar here, a lot of plumbers, a lot of welders, a lot of stuff like that here. It's not really much to do here for young people. We have maybe 3 things you can do. I mean, we have a bowling alley down the street. We have a skating ring, a movie theater that just opened up like 3 years ago. So anything else, you're just like walking around Walmart until they close at 11, or you're doing something you don't have no business doing. I couldn't even go to the skating ring. My parents wouldn't allow me to go because genuinely, if you were at the skating ring, you were doing something you didn't have any business doing. Like genuinely, that's the only thing you could do here. When you're a teen, you want to experience things, and you can't experience things if the only things you can do is go get in trouble. And then that's on your record for life, and then your life is messed up, and then you can't see a future for yourself because it's like there's nothing to do.
Do you have white and Hispanic friends?
My boyfriend is Lumbee though.
So you've gotten an insight into that culture.
Yeah, I definitely will say, I don't want to generalize, but sometimes they can be a little prejudiced. During like the shutdowns of 2020, 2021, they were doing a protest on campus for Black Lives Matter or something when that was real big. And a lot of the like Lumbee people were going out there and like calling them monkeys and stuff like that. You sort of just learn to prove them wrong with your actions, not with your words.
How y'all doing?
How about you?
What's Lumberton like?
Life, man.
It is?
It's very country.
So we heard there's like a bowling alley here. They got right there.
Yeah.
And a new movie theater.
Oh yeah.
That's over there.
It's down there.
That way.
And then there's where the skating ring is.
Are any of y'all Lumbee?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
into full blood.
What's your favorite part about North Carolina though?
We get to ride 4 wheels and go buddy.
At least they doing that though.
And then
At least they doing that.
To Pembroke.
God damn.
This behind us is the headquarters of the Lumbee tribe. The Lumbee tribe is the largest Native American tribe east of the Mississippi. That's 60,000 members. Now, why did it only get recognized in 2025 by Trump? They didn't have a clear history. They were a mix of other tribes. Are you Lumbee?
Supposedly, yeah.
I think a lot of people will be surprised hearing Native Americans who speak with a Southern accent.
Do I have one?
Yeah, you got a little bit of one.
Yeah, I got. Sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's weak. It depends on how I want to use it.
We just saw that the Lumbee tribe was officially recognized.
You got to recognize it. Huh?
Yeah.
The federal recognition, yeah.
So what did that mean to the community here?
Oh, it was a great thing. They said over 120 some years tried to be federally recognized.
Are Lumbees are they Christian? Do they have their own religion?
Yeah, we got our own Christian values. Yeah, this is the Bible Belt. So yeah, this has always been a Christian Bible Belt area.
Yeah.
As long as I remember, it's always been that way.
And how has this town changed?
Oh, it's changed a lot. Back in the old days, families would come together and help each other. Back in the day, one day you could keep your doors unlocked, your windows up. You better not do it now. How they say Robertson County is the number one crime-rated county in the state of North Carolina. I can't quite comprehend that. There's crime everywhere else.
You got some UNC. We see UNC everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a Tar Heel fan.
Tar Heel?
Yeah, don't vote for Dick. Never have, and as far as I know, never will.
Sir, pleasure to meet you.
It's a laid-back southern town, but a lot goes on. We have some good things happening. We have some bad things happening like any other town.
There's Southern culture and then there's Lumbee culture.
We have a Lumbee dialect, let's say.
A Lumbee dialect?
Right. When I was small, it was segregated. I didn't know any of the white churches, any of the black churches. I only knew the Indian churches because that's the only ones I went to. Same thing with the schools. But in 1971, we were integrated. Well, some schools were not going to allow it to happen, so they had to get law enforcement in to make sure it happened. If I wanted to go to town and buy some food, I could buy it outside the building, but I couldn't go in and eat it. They had separate bathrooms, movie theater, whites at the bottom, blacks and Indians at the top.
See, I left from here when I was 17. I went to Pittsburgh, went to barber school. And so you can imagine I'm an Indian cutting people's hair, and when they find out I'm an Indian, they get a little nervous. I ended up trying out with the Pittsburgh Pirates and made the Pittsburgh Pirates organization to go off to play professional baseball. Next thing I know, I'm in Vietnam for 15 months. Damn. With sports, we had to play against each other. For a long time, we couldn't play with other teams. Now we've had some baseball.
What's the Camp Sampson guy?
Now we got a coach.
Oh, Kelvin Sampson?
Kelvin Sampson.
He's Lumbee?
Right here. This is where he's raised, right here in town. He was an unbelievable athlete. But back then, you didn't get to go to these colleges like Carolina, Duke, and like that. We wasn't allowed to go.
He told us about the Battle of Hayes Pond in 1958 when hundreds of Lumbee members armed themselves and successfully chased off the Ku Klux Klan.
The Ku Klux Klan came to town and the natives met up with the Ku Klux Klan. They made a big statement that we're not backing up.
I knew him. I grew up with him. His wife's still living.
Do you have resentment toward white people?
And I don't have a precious spoon in my body. But when I went to Pittsburgh, I was treated like a special. I was the only one there that out there with the guys playing sports that was like me. And I really could play sports because I was fast. That's a gift that God gave me.
Lumberton is yet another example of what can happen to a city when industry leaves it. Town fell into disrepair and violence and drugs spiraled among the idle men. But Pembroke taught us that hope is possible. The ascent of the Lumbee tribe is inspiring.
I don't have any resentment for anybody because what happened when I was 12 years old, I got saved and God told me I was supposed to love everyone.
So thank you for watching this video and make sure to subscribe if you want to learn about more places in America and see the world without bias or fear.
Hold on, I gotta let my dog out right quick.
Unsolved Mysteries Lost Episode. On July 9th, 2024, one Reddit user made an extremely unsettling post on the RBI, or the Reddit Bureau of Investigation subreddit, which read, "Help finding a TV episode to possibly solve a murder. I've spent years and hours through Google trying to locate this and was advised you guys might be able to help. Trying to find what rerun episode of Unsolved Mysteries aired on a specific date/location that I'm convinced had a story of my ex-husband murdering a couple. I was at a hotel in Bakersfield, California on August 17, 2000, and at 11 p.m. they had a rerun of Unsolved Mysteries on the TV. I have no idea what station would have played it. I'm watching them talk about a situation where a smooth-talking stranger gets himself invited into their home, etc. I jokingly kept thinking to myself, yeah, I know someone smooth like that. This person ended up murdering the couple. Fast forward to the end and they show a sketch. I literally sat up in the bed. It was my ex. Yes, he would have been capable of that, and I believe he would have been driving through that area around that time, angry that I just left him." The user also mentioned that they had already contacted the show but hadn't received any answers from them. And despite years of looking online, they haven't found any clues. Now, my first assumption when I came across this post was that it was nothing more than a hoax created by the user. After all, the idea of someone stumbling upon their ex-husband's involvement in a murder during a late-night rerun of a TV show feels almost too cinematic. Maybe they had a flair for dramatics, or maybe they were just a fan of lost media. So they...
Now, I will say, it sounds crazy. It sounds like it's unbelievable, but I've been in some unbelievable situations that I would tell you, and you would be like, no way. And I've heard about some unbelievable shit from people that I've known that's not telling me no lie. So, yeah, bro. People go through some crazy shit, gang, and you would be like, there's no way you're lying, but no, it actually can happen.
crafted their own dark tale with a personal twist that would leave the readers yearning for an update that would never come. However, the more I looked into the case, the less plausible this theory seemed. For starters, I looked through their posts and comment history on Reddit and didn't find a particular interest in lost media, horror, or anything of that nature. The account was also created back in 2018, so it wasn't created recently to fabricate this bizarre story. More importantly, the details given in the post seem a bit too specific to be something the original poster just made up. I went through old TV schedule guides from around that time, and sure enough, a rerun of Unsolved Mysteries did air on the live channel on the 17th of August 2000 at around 8 p.m. But if the Reddit user is telling the truth, how did an entire episode of such a popular and well-documented TV show just vanish into thin air? Especially since the whole show is now available on YouTube, and yet there's no sign of an episode matching their description. The closest case I found was from a 1994 episode about the disappearance of Jonathan Francia.
Yeah, I've definitely heard about this. I've definitely seen this. I felt like I just was watching like old reruns of this. That's a fact. Gang, it ain't. People fail to realize this what they want. See, all this shit is deception. You know what I'm saying? They want you to make you think that this shit never existed. It has.
The investigators working on this case were able to create a sketch of the potential suspect, and it was a man with a long face and a cowboy hat. This did match the description the Reddit user gave in a comment about the sketch they saw on TV. However, this is where the similarities ended between the two cases. To make matters even more puzzling, another person claimed to remember something similar in a comment reading, "I have a vague recollection of this episode as well. I'm going to go through the episodes I've watched on Unsolved Mysteries on YouTube and see if I recognize it." Unfortunately, despite rewatching all of the available episodes, they didn't find anything about the mysterious case either. Though, it's entirely possible that Unsolved Mysteries changed parts of their episode after its rerun in August of 2000.
That's what they do.
As Redditor Rob Frey mentions in their comment, the reason why it might be so hard to find and why you can't just watch old episodes to find it is the segment may have been changed from what was originally aired.
Yeah.
Unsolved Mysteries used to edit segments as new information came forward, especially after a case was officially solved. If they caught the guy who did it, they may have removed a lot of the information from the case that made you think it was your ex. especially information that was completely
No,
speculative
that's not why they
or a
do
red
it.
herring.
That's not why they do
As
it.
an example, I remember they had a really good segment about a murder in a family who owned a U-Haul, and it went into a lot of the family infighting and drama, and there was at least an implication that a family member was most likely to blame. When they caught the guy and it turned out to be a random breaking and entering, they cut all of the family drama stuff out of the segment and added an update that the case was solved. The only potential flaw in this theory is that if Unsolved Mysteries changed that episode because the case was quote-unquote solved, the Reddit user would have likely learned about their ex getting arrested, but that didn't happen. From what I've seen, the most likely theory is that maybe they saw the sketch on some other crime show and are simply misremembering it as a part of the Unsolved Mysteries episode after so many years. This would explain why no one was able to find the hint, despite scouring every episode of the show from its conception. However, if this turns out to be true, it would also make searching for what they saw on TV that night exponentially more difficult. Unfortunately, unless someone finds concrete evidence, we have no way of confirming or disproving any of these theories. That being said, if this lost media is ever uncovered by people on the internet, it could help authorities solve a decades-old crime and catch the suspect. Easily available explosive. During the 2016 Silicon Valley Comic-Con, one of the hosts of Mythbusters, Adam Savage, was doing a panel answering questions from fans of the show. Near the end of the panel, someone asked him about the biggest disaster he's experienced on Mythbusters.
What is the biggest disaster that you've ever had behind the scenes filming Mythbusters?
Now, this fan was likely expecting something tame, like a crew member spilling something, or one of the devices they built breaking before they could film the episode, something of that nature. However, no one could have anticipated the answer Adam gave for this simple question.
Wondering how specific to get. The biggest disaster we had was Cary Grant and Tori were investigating a easily available material and its supposed explosive properties. What they found out was so explosive that we destroyed the footage and agreed never to say what we learned.
The material they discovered was so explosive and dangerous that they had to report it to DARPA, which is a research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense. Adam also quickly moved on to the next question, likely in an effort to avoid giving any hints about what this dangerous material could be. Following that panel, he refused to utter a single word about the last episode or the material that made them destroy the footage. That silence was held until the 20th of November 2023 when he uploaded a Q&A video on his YouTube channel titled, "These Mythbusters stories got scrapped due to danger." The first question in this video was someone asking about footage that was destroyed outside of Adam's control. At first, he gave a predictable answer, explaining how network decisions like cutting scenes to make room for advertisements had led to some lost content. But before moving on to the next question, he brought up the commonly available explosive again. And while he was careful not to drop any hints about what the material could be, he did go into more detail about why they decided to erase the footage from existence.
We were looking at the purported explosive power of a commonly available material, and what we found was something so energetic when we executed it that we agreed to not talk about what we learned. Yeah. It was common enough, easy enough to implement, easy enough to execute that we were like, the world will not benefit from this knowledge. This is the reason you never saw a silencer episode from Mythbusters. Is a potato a good silencer? A pillow? A 2-liter bottle of soda? These are all really interesting questions. And silencers are fascinating technologically. But Silenced rounds are not a benefit to humanity.
This makes total sense considering Mythbusters had tens of millions of viewers from around the world. The show built its reputation on demystifying myths and delivering facts, no matter how surprising or dangerous they might be. By withholding the episode, it may seem like they went against their own character. Some might even argue they had a responsibility to release the episode, both for the sake of scientific transparency and to educate the public about potential risks. Educating people about the potential dangers of a common material could have sparked important conversations about safety and regulation, potentially preventing accidents born out of ignorance. But here's the other side that's hard to ignore. Mythbusters wasn't just a science show, it was also entertainment. Publishing a step-by-step guide on how to weaponize an easily available material would have been, at best, irresponsible and, at worst, catastrophic. The world isn't short on people who might misuse such information, and the stakes were simply too high to ignore. So the team's decision to shelve the episode was the responsible thing to do. That said, I did some digging online, and speculation about what this mysterious explosive could be is all over the place. Some claim that it's simply flour. For those who don't know, non-compacted flour is extremely flammable and can easily create a sizable explosion upon combustion. Another chemical that came up in multiple theories was tannerite. It's a binary explosive that is commonly used for long-range weapons practice. It's helpful for marking targets since it detonates visibly on impact. More importantly, it's widely available online. Someone can easily buy tannerite online for relatively cheap without any permit or verification. However, here's the problem with both of these theories.
But he said
Neither material creates an explosive dangerous enough to justify the drastic steps the Mythbusters team took. For instance, while a tannerite explosion is certainly impressive, it's not nearly dangerous enough to warrant such a drastic response from the Mythbusters team. While researching the topic, I came across a chemical known as triacetone triperoxide, which perfectly fits with what we know about the mystery chemical. For starters, both of the materials required to make triacetone triperoxide are found in most homes. Acetone, which is used as paint thinner and nail polish remover, and peroxide, which is commonly used as a bleaching agent for white laundry. More importantly, even tiny amounts of triacetone triperoxide can do unimaginable damage. Ultimately, unless someone somewhere has a secret copy of that episode and releases it on the internet, we'll never know for sure. And given how Adam described the danger of this material, it's just one of those rare cases where it's honestly better for the video to remain lost media. Jay Leno Blade Incident.
That's crazy.
On April 14th, 2022, an anonymous user on 4chan's TV board mentioned a disturbing incident they remembered from an old episode of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. They stated, "One time Jay Leno had a magician on his show and he was doing some sort of cut the lady in half trick. He starts to cut and the lady starts yelling for him to stop like she was actually getting cut or about to get cut, and they start helping her out. I have never seen or heard anything since and never been able to find the clip." The episode in question aired on the 21st of June 2001, and as the story goes, one of the guests on that episode was Arsenio Hall, who was going to perform a classic magic trick of cutting a person in half. However, while he was performing the trick, something went horribly wrong. He accidentally stabbed the woman who was volunteering for the trick. A notable thing about this episode was that Leno wanted to show solidarity with the California power outages. So he hosted his show in a set that was only illuminated by scattered candles and handheld flashlights given to the audience. Maybe the lack of visibility caused Arsenio to make a mistake and harm the woman. Unfortunately, a vast majority of old Tonight Show episodes barely exist in archives and therefore are considered lost media. The June 21st episode is among those lost to time. So there's no way for me to directly verify this incident, but I did find enough clues to piece together what might have happened, and there are three distinct possibilities. First is that such an incident never actually happened and the 4chan poster was making it all up. However, this possibility doesn't hold up because I found old forum posts from 2001 where people were actively discussing the incident online after watching it. Like this person named Dan, whose post gives more details about what exactly went down. Did anyone else watch The Tonight Show with Jay Leno Monday night? It was a repeat, the one where they turned out all the lights in the studio and had a blackout. Anyways, so Arsenio Hall was the guest, and he was going to do a magic trick where he was going to cut a woman in half. So the woman is lying in the box, and he's trying to shove the blade through, and all of a sudden the woman starts screaming and yelling, "It cut me," and like immediately they cut to a commercial. I was like, what? It has to be a joke. So then when they came back from commercial, Jay seemed flustered, and they didn't mention anything else about the trick for the rest of the night. Did anyone else see this? Does anyone know anything about what happened with this woman? It was so freaky. I also found someone on Reddit who also remembers the incident and mentioned it in the comments of a post discussing the incident, stating, "Holy shit, I thought I dreamed that episode. I've been wondering what happened to that lady for 20 years. So a woman did get stabbed on the Jay Leno show, or at least that's what it looked like to the audience. Which brings us to the second possibility. The woman did get hurt, and the incident was later covered up by the network to avoid backlash from the public. However, as much as some people would like to believe this is nothing more than a conspiracy theory. Because, as it turns out, the Jay Leno show is not live, it's taped ahead of time. So if they wanted to cover it up, they would have edited that whole thing out long before the episode ever saw the light of day. Even knowing this, some claim that the showrunners simply forgot to edit this section out and only realized their mistake when it was too late, which is a bit of a stretch. Think of it this way, Jay Leno's show was getting upwards of 7 million viewers in 2001. So even if the network tried to bury the whole thing later, why didn't any of these millions of viewers cause any backlash? From what I've seen, the most plausible theory is that the incident did happen, but it was all part of a skit. And the people who thought it was somehow real were simply not paying enough attention or just didn't realize the dry humor of the scene. This would explain why there was no uproar from the public. And as for the episode becoming lost media, that wasn't a deliberate cover-up, but just a side effect of the pre-YouTube era when preserving TV episodes wasn't a priority. But who knows, if the speculation gains enough momentum, Jay Leno, Arsenio Hall, or someone else from the show's production team might come forward with the truth. Until then, all we have are educated guesses to piece together the mystery. Sharon Davis's Unsolved Mysteries episode. Sharon Eugene Davis was a 51-year-old school teacher living in Dallas, Texas. She lived with her 2 children, Autumn and Ronnie, and their husband of 21 years, Ron Davis, who she married back in 1980. Unfortunately, her relationship with Ron wasn't ideal. Just 5 years after their marriage in 1985, Sharon filed for divorce while describing her husband as controlling and ill-tempered. She withdrew cash from their mutual account and was planning to move to LA with her 2 children. However, soon after filing for divorce, she mysteriously changed her mind and returned to living with Ron. Fast forward to June 11, 2001, Sharon once again found the courage to file for divorce. And this time she was prepared to go through with the decision at any cost. She was planning to move out of her house in the 1900 block of Elderleaf Drive, all while her attorney was trying to obtain a temporary restraining order against Ron, her husband. However, just as everything seemed to be falling into place, tragedy struck. On June 13, 2001, at around 7 a.m., Sharon dropped her daughter at Rapid Transit Park and Ride Station, 2 miles from their home, and went on her way. She was scheduled to attend a training session at Stemmons Elementary, but she never arrived. Even after her children asked their father to report their mother missing on the evening of June 13, 2001, he refused to contact the authorities until a day later, starting a citywide search for Sharon. And after 4 days of searching, investigators finally found her car abandoned in a parking lot near the Southwest Mall in Oak Cliff. The car had a broken window and was also wiped clean of fingerprints. And while all of this was highly suspicious, the lack of evidence meant that Sharon's disappearance was filed as a missing person case. Ron and her 2 children were called in for interviews multiple times, but the investigators weren't able to find any leads from either of them. Sharon's mysterious disappearance 2 days after her filing for divorce also made Ron the prime suspect in many people's eyes. However, the complete lack of evidence prevented authorities from treating him as the potential perpetrator. When asked about it, this is what the lead officer had to say. "We've had a lot of people ask us if he, Ron Davis, is a suspect. This is a missing person case. There are no suspects at this time. We don't have any criminal evidence, although we fear foul play has occurred. Right now, Mr. Davis is a witness, an uncooperative witness." And after months without any leads, Sharon's case caught the attention of the producer of Unsolved Mysteries, who wanted to air an episode on her case. They produced the segment in mid to late 2001, and it was scheduled for broadcast sometime in spring of 2002. The last thing they needed was an interview from Ron. However, when the producers approached him, he denied their request and was quite stern about it. But when they wanted to air the segment without Ron's interview, he objected again and sent an accusatory letter to the producers telling them not to air the segment on Sharon. And that's where the lost media aspect of this story comes into play. The showrunners complied with Ron's request/threat and scraped the whole thing. And as far as I'm aware, the footage has never seen the light of day. It's entirely possible that a witness could have come forward with critical information after seeing Sharon's story on TV. However, Ron's refusal closed the door on any potential leads that could have changed the course of the investigation. This obviously put a lot more attention on Ron. He was even given nicknames like the most guilty non-guilty man. But it's been 22 years without any updates to Sharon's case. Game in the Sand. Game in the Sand is the name of a shocking short film by the German director Werner Herzog. If you've ever heard of him, you'll know he's famous for pushing boundaries, and not always in a good way. His sets are very well known for being chaotic, and there have even been injuries and deaths during his productions. And apparently he's been this way since the very beginning. You see, Game in the Sand was the second film he ever created back in 1964. However, after completing the film, Werner was so horrified by the footage that he decided to never release it to the public. The only thing we know about the short movie is that it featured 2 children, a rooster, and a cardboard box. It was also filmed in a sandy area, hence the name, and according to Werner, things, quote, got out of hand during shooting. The premise of the movie is also a complete mystery. The only thing Werner has talked about is a scene where the rooster was buried in sand up to its neck. Everything else we know about the film comes from speculation, and given Werner's reputation, people online have come up with some pretty wild theories over the years. Some think the rooster suffocated after being buried, forcing the children to watch it slowly die. Others suggest the kids might have killed the rooster in a brutal way, either on their own or under Werner's instructions. This could explain why it was buried in the first place. Some have also speculated the opposite. Maybe the rooster injured the children with its sharp beak or claws, and Werner captured that on film. The problem with these theories, however, is that none of this comes even close to the stuff that's been released under Werner's other productions, like deaths being shown. What could have gone so wrong during the filming of Game in the Sand that was worse than this? Of course, there's the possibility that Game in the Sand isn't real at all, just something Werner made up to add an air of mystery or create hype for his future projects. Unfortunately, we'll probably never know the truth. The identities of the children involved were never made public, and the film's composer, Uwe Brandner, someone who might have been able to shed some light on what really happened, passed away in 2018. So even if the short film is real, I highly doubt Werner would have a change of heart 60 years later and release it to the public.
Damn.
The Skyway Man. Ormer Locklear was an American daredevil stunt pilot who became popular in the early 20th century after doing the craziest plane stunt of his time. After footage of his stunt went viral across the country, Ormer was hired for a role in a pseudo-documentary film about stunt flights called The Skyway Man in April of 1920. Put simply, the film was like a collection of the craziest stunts Ormer could successfully pull off in a plane. Filming for the movie began on June 11, 1920 in the LA and San Francisco area. However, the stunts featured in the film were quite tough, including a church steeple being toppled by Locklear's aircraft and an aircraft-to-train transfer, both of which nearly ended in disaster. But despite the many close calls, Ormer and the other stunt pilots remained unharmed. It was soon time to record the last stunt of the film, which was relatively safe compared to what Ormer had done before. It was going to be a simple spin move that was filmed during the day with special camera filters to make it look like the whole thing was performed at night. However, when Ormer learned that the studio wasn't going to extend his contract beyond one film, he demanded to perform the stunt at night, likely as a desperate attempt to impress the producers. Unfortunately, this is where his luck ran out. On the 2nd of August 1920, Ormer and his longtime flying partner Milton Elliott took flight at night. To make the plane visible to the camera in the dark, the production crew illuminated it with massive arc lights. However, these lights were a bit too bright, so the crew was going to turn them off after the stunts just so Ormer wouldn't be blinded and he could land safely. Maybe it was negligence or simply bad luck, but the crew forgot to turn off the lights. And to everyone's horror, the plane crashed into the ground, killing both Ormer and Milton on impact. However, unlike today, where such an accident would shut down even the biggest film productions, at the time, Ormer's death became the selling point of the film. People flocked to the theater to see the breathtaking stunts and, more importantly, the uncut death footage of the lead stuntman. Unfortunately, the film has since been lost to time. We do have some evidence which proves that it was real, like a memorial for Ormer and Milton in the November 1920 issue of Screenland magazine. I also found a short review for the film from the same magazine issue which reads, Ormer Locklear's Last Picture, directed by James Hogan. Louise Lovely, now a Fox star, furnishes delightful support. Full of thrills and mid-air stunts, the best picture we've had. The Fox company is giving 10% of the profits of this picture to the families of Locklear and Elliot, who are killed while filming the final scene. As for the film itself, it's become lost media in the truest sense of the word. Over the last century, there have been multiple attempts to locate a copy. All have been unsuccessful. Anuncio Inteligente. Back in 2019, a user named Raul made a disturbing post that would go on to be shared over 20,000 times and receive tens of thousands of likes and reactions. The post was originally made in Spanish, so you'll have to bear with me if the translation isn't perfect, but hopefully you'll get the main idea. The post was titled Anuncio Inteligente, which translates from Spanish to smart ad, and it read, Something super strange just happened to me. I was watching YouTube videos on my smart TV when suddenly an ad appeared, as usually happens on YouTube. I was about to skip it when I suddenly saw this ad lasted more than 5 hours. I was really surprised and told my dad to come so he could see how long it lasted. I took a picture while I waited for my dad to arrive. The girl in the ad kept on talking, and when my dad arrived, she turned her gaze toward him. Even my dad jokingly said that she was watching him. My dad and I stood in front of the TV, the girl fell silent, and we felt like she was looking at both of us. We kept thinking it was impossible for her to see us. It wasn't a video call or anything like that, it was just a simple YouTube ad. It was simply impossible for her to see us. We laughed at how silly it all sounded. The girl kept on talking, but suddenly she got closer to the screen and we started to feel a bit scared and uncomfortable. My dad wanted to test if she was watching us, so he said the word Changa a few times, and that's when the unthinkable happened. The Asian girl said Changa. At that moment, we got scared and I looked for the remote to skip the ad. My dad and I decided that we were very tired. It had been a long and tiring day, but we still couldn't ignore what had happened, so we turned off the TV. My questions are, what the heck just happened? Do TVs have cameras? If so, then I think it's possible for them to watch you. And lastly, was YouTube hacked? This incident scared both my dad and me. If anyone has gone through something like this, I'd like to hear your story. This was mine. Although the original post has since been deleted, it's been reposted a few times by Mexican broadcasting networks on Facebook, which has allowed a few YouTubers and Redditors to keep the story alive for 5 years as of the uploading of this video. From the moment it was uploaded, the post received pretty much every kind of reaction you can imagine, from those who called Raul out for lying on the internet to get attention, to those who claimed they had been through something similar, and everything in between. As for whether the post was real or not, 5 years after the original upload, it's still anyone's guess. I mean, it's not uncommon for people to place 2 to 3 hour long ads on YouTube. As for how effective these ads are at converting viewers into buyers, I can't really say, but the fact remains that it's technically possible Raul really did see a 5 hour long YouTube ad back in 2019. One thing that many Reddit users were quick to point out, however, is that YouTube ads need to be uploaded in a specific format to be accepted and rolled out by the platform. And it goes without saying that a 5 hour long live call where the creator of the ad spies on the viewer and interacts with them would violate pretty much every single law and regulation out there. Still, that in itself is probably not enough information to officially label Raul's post as fake, as he was apparently not the only person who complained about this kind of thing happening to him that year. Through my research, I found several Redditors who pointed out that they had seen similar posts by other users on Reddit crop up sporadically in 2019, where people claimed they had been shown an unusually long ad that appeared to interact with them in real time. If the allegations are true, it's possible that what happened to Raul could have been a part of a massive hacking epidemic targeting smart TVs rather than YouTube itself, which the hacking of smart TVs isn't that uncommon. It's actually not that hard for a hacker to gain access to your smart TV's microphone and camera through certain malware, which is why if you look deep enough online, you'll find literally hundreds of complaints by users who claimed they were spied on through their smart TVs. Disturbingly, some users have even mentioned that hackers have blackmailed them through their smart TV, threatening to expose private footage of them to the world if they don't comply with their demands. But coming back to the smart ad story, this also doesn't necessarily mean that the post was real, and to this day, hundreds of Redditors have assumed that Raul was probably just straight up lying for clicks and attention. Unfortunately, because the post and so many of the original comments have been deleted, we'll likely never know. Do What? Portishead is a trip-hop band from Bristol, UK that was formed back in the 90s. Some of their music videos on YouTube have gone pretty viral, with one of them even getting close to 40 million views since it was uploaded in 2016. But over the years, there's been one particular music video that's become the subject of a ton of speculation and drama on YouTube and Reddit, and probably not for the reasons you might think. The music video in question is for the song titled Only You, and at first glance, there's nothing too different than what you'd probably expect from a band of this genre. But if you scroll down far enough into the comments section, you'll find something a little strange. A user named Do What made thousands upon thousands of comments on this single video over several months starting in December 2018. Sometimes Do What would comment hundreds of times in a single day. What immediately comes off as weird is that most of the user's comments appear to be random, angry rants directed toward a particular person or group of people. Sometimes it even looks like he's having a long, drawn-out conversation with himself through a YouTube comment section. I can't include some of the comments because they get pretty explicit, but you can probably get the idea just by looking at a few of them. One of them reads, "Heaven, yeah sure, and yet you still left me here. Well, you won't be going back and I sure as hell won't take you there." Another one reads, "Nothing you say or have said means a damn thing when you spoiled evil demons live the way you do, period." At first, none of the comments seemed to make any sense, but after reading a lot of them, I realized there was a pattern. Although a lot of the angry rants are pretty vague, and a lot of them do what appears to be directing his or her anger toward the band and the music video itself, often claiming that the whole idea behind the songs and videos that made the band rich were stolen from Do What, who allegedly ended up getting no credit at all. Again, I can't include those due to the language, but some have suggested that this is the main reason why the user chose this particular video to dump thousands and thousands of angry comments on. As you can probably guess, a lot of people have tried to interact with Do What over the years, leading to some pretty disturbing conversations in which the commenter claims he's some sort of interdimensional being with the ability to speak to people on different timelines, or something like that. Even though most of his comments are pretty difficult to understand, in a few of them, Do What has repeatedly claimed to be a female living in a homeless shelter and to be receiving messages from some sort of godlike creature who is guiding her to save humanity from destruction or something. Due to how often Do What was posting back in 2018 and 2019, many people have suggested that the only way it's possible for so many comments to be coming from a single account is if Do What was a bot. But others have claimed that because Do What has edited their comments, the bot theory might not be the answer. As hard as it is to believe, everything seems to point to the fact that every single one of these comments was written individually by a real person, which has made a lot of people suggest that the user might be suffering from a pretty severe mental illness, or was simply looking for attention online and willing to go to extreme lengths to get it. But for why, we don't know. Other people have speculated that the whole Do What mess was perhaps the band Portishead's attempt to bring more attention to their music video through an alternate reality game or ARG, but because Do What started posting comments on the video more than 3 years after it was uploaded, this is pretty unlikely. If this was an ARG, then it's brilliant because obviously it did its job. After posting threads upon threads of aggressive, rambling comments, Do What's original account was taken down a few months later, but the comments section on Portishead's video didn't get any less strange after that. Shortly after Do What went quiet, other accounts started cropping up and posting a ton of angry comments in the same tone and style as Do What. But because most of them only posted 20 to 30 times in total, whereas Do What usually posted a few dozen times a day, it's likely that these new accounts were just copycats trying to get attention. A couple of the newer accounts though, namely Tracy-PV5CL and MedWhatever5413, are suspected to belong to the original Do What. Still, after so many years and so many comments, it's unlikely we'll find a solid answer to what the purpose of all this is. Sad.
Alright, y'all, we're gonna stop it right here with this. I got another reaction I had wanted to do. And then we're gonna end screen.
I'm saving that. See it. Yeah. Damn, that shit an hour long. Damn. This ain't what I want to see, y'all, but I think I'm about to watch it though.
A ring worn by a Hollywood icon left a trail of death and misfortune for everyone who touched it, from co-stars to lovers to thieves. Souvenirs swiped from the Gettysburg battlefield keep finding their way back in the mail, returned by people convinced a rock ruined their lives. And an ancient stash of gold vanished without a trace. The man who stole it, along with his family and generations after them, were plagued with terrible luck. These are real cursed artifacts said to bring death to anyone who owns them. And we begin with a tale from the very early days of Hollywood. Silent film star Rudolph Valentino's first lead role in 1919 launched him into stardom. And by the time he was filming a movie called Young Raja in 1922, he was a Hollywood heartthrob. But the movie flopped. Hey, no sweat. Every actor's been in some duds, but this was only the beginning of a streak of bad luck, and some say that his misfortune was thanks to a tiger's eye ring he started wearing during the shoot. In the years that followed, Valentino went through 2 messy divorces, he got arrested and tried for bigamy, and he went on to fight with his studio over money. Then in 1926, Valentino suddenly collapsed at the Hotel Ambassador in New York. He had brutal stomach pain. At first, doctors thought it was appendicitis, but once they opened him up, they realized it was way worse. He had perforated ulcers and peritonitis, which is basically a serious infection in the lining of your abdomen. For a minute, it actually looked like he might pull through, but a few days later, the infection spread. He developed pneumonia, and without antibiotics back then, there wasn't much doctors could do. Just a little over a week after that collapse, he was dead at only 31. But this is not where the story ends. Not by a long shot. His fiancée, actress Paula Negri, started wearing the ring, and she ended up getting seriously ill. She gave it to her lover, singer Russ Colombo, who was then killed in a freak shooting accident. Colombo's best friend Joe Casino then took it, only to die after being—
That's why I'm telling you, hey, if y'all one of the people who go out to thrift stores and get shit just because you think it look cute and all this bullshit, watch yourself, because you never know who is gifting these things to these stores. You never know what they done, or you never know who done gave it to them and what they done before they gave it to them. That's why they giving that shit away. So understand, when you go out to Goodwill and back-to-back thrift spot and all this shit, whatever the name, Happy Place thrift store, or whatever the case is, you going out here, you getting this shit, you better watch what you're doing, man, because you never know what people can be doing to these things. I want you to understand, it is such things as witches and warlocks. This shit not a joke. You motherfuckers think this shit is a joke, and it's not. Shit ain't a joke. Shit is very surreal. It's very surreal. So that's a little message to the wise. You know what I mean?
being hit by a truck. His brother Dell took it next, and then it was stolen by a burglar. Lucky for him too, because that thief, James Willis, was later killed by police. He died with the tiger eye ring still on his finger. Today, the ring's locked away in an LA bank vault, which, of course, has been robbed since it's been there. People have been known to take rocks from the Gettysburg battlefield, thinking, it's just a harmless souvenir. But then they've mailed them back with desperate letters about all the terrible stuff that happened after. A park ranger named Maria Brady says the park regularly receives packages with stones, twigs, or dirt, and, notes like, I took this and everything went wrong, please, I'm sorry. One guy returned 3 rocks in 2006 after a string of injuries, a divorce, and a prison sentence. Another person returned a single stone and wrote that they'd lost their job, gone through multiple surgeries, and had every relationship fall apart since taking it. The park doesn't advertise this stuff, but the Rangers take it seriously. They've got a whole file full of apology letters. The Rain Woman is one spooky painting. There's something about it that just makes me feel off. Created by the Russian artist Svetlana Telets in 1996, the painting portrays a pale, thin woman with a strange hat standing in the rain. It's not a disturbing scene in itself like a lot of other pieces of art on this list, but there's something very unsettling about this figure. On top of that, there are these stories surrounding the piece. For one, Telets herself said that for about 6 months before she even started the piece, she felt like she was being watched. Not like, I think someone's looking at me from across the street kind of feeling. No, more like there was something in the room with her constantly. That kind of creeping presence you can't see but feel in your bones. When she finally began the painting, it got even stranger. Telets claimed her hand didn't feel like it was her own while she worked. She described it like something else was guiding her brush, like she was just the tool and not the artist anymore. The painting has passed through several hands over the years, and nearly every person who's owned it reports some kind of emotional disturbance. Chronic insomnia, recurring nightmares, and a sense of despair so heavy it can actually drive people to return the painting. Some say they could feel her watching them at night, not just from the wall, but from places she shouldn't be, like the foot of their bed or just outside the doorway, staring through the small crack in the door leading to the shadowy hallway beyond it. It's said that the Rain Woman can leave the painting. Owners have reported seeing her walking around their homes in the middle of the night. They'd catch a glimpse of a soaking wet woman out of the corner of their eye, only to look and see nothing there. It's also said that the longer you keep her, the worse things get. She attaches herself to you, feeds off your mood, makes your thoughts darker. Doesn't matter if you hide her in the closet, turn her to face the wall, or even lock her in storage. That feeling of being watched, being followed, it just sticks. And that's why nobody wants this painting around for long. Arshel Gorky's life was a tragedy, almost too haunting to...
I wouldn't want that motherfucker anyway. Instantly, hell no. I don't want no picture with a long face in my house unless it's motherfucking Ghostface. That's it.
To believe. Born in Armenia, he suffered unimaginable hardships even before he made it to the United States. His mother died when he was really young during a famine. His father was unable to care for him, so he sent him to an orphanage. As an adult, Gorky's life just continued to...
I might gotta elaborate for some people who don't know. Because everybody think that he is called something else and that's his name. No, Scream is not his name. Ghostface is fucking Scream. Scream is not Scream, okay? Scream is named Ghostface. For you motherfuckers who don't really know, who grew up just be talking about Scream all the time. I was one of those motherfuckers. Man, I want a Scream mask. Bro, that shit is not called a Scream mask. I mean, it is, but it ain't, bro. His name is Ghostface, my nigga. It ain't no goddamn Scream, okay?
Spiral into chaos. He lost his studio to a fire. He was diagnosed with colon cancer, discovered his wife was cheating on him, and in a horrific accident, broke both his neck and arm. The guy just could not get a break. So of course, his mental state crumbled, and some say his terrible luck seeped into his art. Many of his works from 1904 to 1938 are said to be cursed. People have reported these paintings mysteriously falling off walls or just bursting into flames, often with no clear explanation. But the real creepy part is the black-haired ghost that allegedly appears near the paintings, dressed in a blue overcoat. Some people who've worked closely with Gorky's art claim to have seen the figure with their own eyes. Alright, some ghost stories, nothing all that crazy, but to top all of this off, on March 1st, 1962, a plane carrying 87 passengers, 8 crew members, and 15 of Gorky's artworks crashed just after takeoff. It went down just 2 minutes after leaving the airport, killing everyone on board. The wreckage of the plane was found in a swamp, and along with it, the destroyed pieces of Gorky's art. Coincidence? Yeah, likely, but I gotta say, I'd probably be a little uncomfortable having one of these guys' pieces in my home. This painting, simply called The Anguished Man, is one of the creepiest and most infamous haunted artworks in the world. The story goes that it was painted by an artist who used his own red bodily fluid mixed into the paint. The artist, who's unknown, allegedly created the piece in a fit of madness, pouring his own agony into the work. Since then, the painting has been rumored to be a cursed piece. Its last known owner, Sean Robinson, from Cumbria, England, claims the thing is just no good. The painting was passed down to him from his grandmother, who told him the creepy story about the artist who supposedly took his own life shortly after completing the piece. Well, shortly after Robinson brought the thing home, strange things started happening. He'd hear haunting noises like disembodied laughter or crying. He'd have this heavy feeling of dread whenever he was close to the thing, and at one point, he even spotted this shadowy figure lurking in his home one night. Eventually, he decided to just lock the thing away in the attic and hasn't taken it out since. Love Letters by Richard King may not look like anything out of the ordinary, but it has a very eerie story behind it. The painting, which hangs in the Driscoll Hotel in Austin, Texas, depicts a girl holding flowers and a letter. Oddly though, guests staying at the hotel have reported feeling uneasy when they're near it, often talking about this unsettling energy in the room where it's displayed. Some say they've seen the painting's eyes follow them as they walk by. Others claim they've felt cold spots or heard faint whispers coming from the painting itself. But why is this? Well, supposedly this piece is haunted by the alleged spirit of a little girl who died in the hotel a long time ago. It's said that the girl's ghost is drawn to the painting, causing strange disturbances around it. It's not uncommon for staff to find the painting's frame slightly tilted, or noticing the girl's expression is briefly changed, as if there's some sort of entity trapped in the canvas. Me Novia is not just a portrait.
Get that shit the fuck up out of that ASAP. You gonna have some trouble. Alright, hold on. We're gonna get back to that. This gonna be my last reaction, y'all, then I'm getting off here. I know we kinda went I know we kinda went a little bit in every direction today, but I wanted to get most of this out while I could. Because that's just how my mind works. Unfortunately, y'all know that my mind works a little bit of every piece of angle, each and every way. So while it's doing that, I got to go while it's doing it. You know what I mean? I had the fucking devil try to intervene earlier, step in and fucking momentum up, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We get past that. Unfortunately, we have to go through it sometimes, but you know, like I said, man, them little guys and girls with wings on their backs, man, they coming out their shoulders, man. They be near me 24/7. So you know, we just gotta keep fighting. But anyway, man, let's get this last reaction.
You need some help? Yep. I have a impact wrench. I'll do you one better. Give me 1 second. I'll come help you.
I'm 5,376, 362 Rohan.
This thing's been here for a couple days, huh?
It has, yeah.
Just blew a tire. It's not broken down or anything?
No, it's just tired.
Let me grab this for you.
Thank you so much.
You already have it jacked up?
Sorta, yeah.
Sorta. It's a heavy one. You should grab this.
She wanted to see a police officer in the back. Hey, give it.
How old is that thing?
He's a miniature Dachshund. He won't get much bigger.
It's a little hamster.
Thank you so much.
Yep. You got your little wrench? I don't think I have the right size for this. Yeah, I don't know what size of weird lug nuts you got, but I do not have the correct size for this. You can try your 4-way. 76, go ahead.
Violation of probation, misdemeanor theft, felony theft. I'm trying to confirm it now.
Got it?
Yep.
You have to hammer it on there?
Yeah.
One at a time.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, don't thank me yet. What's your birthday? What's your birthday? What are the last 4 of your social? What's your name? What's your name?
Ashley Cox.
Do you have your ID on you?
I don't think I do, really.
Whose car is this?
This is my cousin's.
You just throwing that in the back seat? Throwing that in the back seat?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. The main reason I stopped is I saw that billboard, and then I pull up here and it says 40 road. I'm like, well, wish I would have known that before I got off the highway, but you're all done, huh?
I'm good, I appreciate you.
All right, buddy, thanks.
All right. Just come to this passenger side window real quick if you would. Okay. Give me some info.
I can say if I had my ID. I don't think I do, though.
Give me 1 second. What's your social?
Huh?
Your social?
Hey, hush it. Sparky, I need a lighter.
Come back here.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Listen, I have a warrant.
I know you have a warrant.
Okay, please don't take me to jail.
You're going to jail. And don't even run. Stop! Stop! If you want another charge, get back here.
No charge.
Now!
Please don't take me to
Get
jail!
back here now!
No!
It's a felony charge. Get out! Felony charge. Get out! Running, I'm gonna chase you. Felony charge. Don't do it.
Yo, stupid ass. You ain't even get that fire, stupid ass. Yo, dumbass.
Starting mileage 46483. Got on 40 eastbound 362. Tires blown. She's on metal. Light traffic. Clear roads.
This is all the way bad for you today.
75.
Where you direct? Quiet.
Speed's 47. She's going on the shoulder. Come back on lane 3. Still metal to asphalt. Additional charges, criminal impersonation. 364 east. Looks like we're getting off here. She's already spun out a couple times before she got on this interstate here. She's pulling off the shoulder. Speed's 42.
Exit the shoulder.
She's stopped right now, still in drive.
She think that's gonna work.
Getting off the exit.
She doing a little She doing a little stop and pull off trick like that's gonna work with a flat tire. That shit not gonna work. Lady, that shit only work if your ass in a V8 of some power and your ass got some good back tires. That stop and pull out trick, that shit don't be working with that little shit you got. Trust me.
Get back home.
Jerry's all doing her out.
Left, into the truck stop. Nope, making a U-turn.
Probably not the U-turn.
Hey, she whipping that bitch though.
Another U-turn.
I'm thinking the car doing that every time. No, she doing that. She funny as hell.
Back on 40.
Hey, she funny as hell. Hey, she driving that bitch though.
Going east, speed 60. Light traffic, from what I can see.
Well, that motherfucker gonna catch fire.
She's 85 miles an hour on a rim, coming up on light traffic, going into lane 1. Lane 1, 96 miles an hour, light traffic.
About 96 miles per hour.
92, 365 east.
Probably 365 east.
Coming up on traffic. She just 45 into 2 vehicles, 45 into the median.
Oh!
Get out of the car!
There you go.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! What are you doing?
Yeah, what is she doing?
She's got like 15 other charges. Get out of the car now. Last chance before you get another one. Come on, get out. Get out, or I'm gonna drag you out. Get out. Put him in the back seat. Come out now. No. Put him in the back seat.
You need help? Need help?
Put him in the back seat.
Come on. Come on, you have to get out.
Get out.
You have to get out. Let's go. Come on.
Put the dog in the car. I'm not hurting the dog. Put the dog in the car.
Here, let me have the dog. Let me have
Give him the dog.
Give me the dog. You have to give us the dog.
Give
You
me the
are
dog.
arrested.
Put the dog down. Don't hurt him. Put him in the seat. Get on your face.
Gotta get out.
Now.
Get
Now.
down.
Hey. Stop resisting.
Please come on, Mom and tell me to get my dog.
You got it. Stop. Stop.
Hey. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Hey.
Stop.
Citizen's arrest. Citizens arrest her ass.
I appreciate you.
Are you okay?
I'm good. It's just fine. Take a breath. Ma'am, are you okay?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Still good? You all right? No problem. Okay. You okay, ma'am?
Yeah.
Take a deep breath for me. Everybody's all right. Breathe. Yeah, everything's fine.
You good, Bob?
I'm good. Okay. Do you prefer a wrecker out of this area? Are you from here?
I'm from Charleston.
Charleston. Do you want me to call a wrecker for you? Get you pulled out of here? I got you. I got you. We'll get that handled.
You want a place to stay? You want to
Do you have a preference on a wrecker? Do you want me to call a wrecker for you from here?
I don't know. I'm from North Carolina.
Okay.
I just picked up my stepson, and now we're headed home.
I'm not even going to tell you how stupid that was. You just stacked on like 5 more felony charges. It's the dumbest thing you could have done.
Is that the only reason you helped me?
I'm done talking to you.
And what else did you need? Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I'm good, thank you. Your insurance is on here. You're good.
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, you did not sound happy about that. No, not at all, dude, because I ran it as a hold on the
According to court records, this suspect, Brandy, was charged with criminal impersonation for giving a false name, felony evading, resisting a stop arrest or search, driving with a suspended license, driving without a license, driving with no seatbelt, not exercising due care while driving, operating a vehicle with tinted windows, failure to maintain lane, improper driving on the right shoulder, not obeying police officers, reckless driving, speeding, following too closely, and financial responsibility for not having insurance. She took a plea deal, pleading guilty to criminal impersonation and felony evading while all other charges were dismissed. She was ordered to pay $1,293.26, and a judge released her back into the public before this video ever saw the light of day.
She told the officer, I need a lighter, and started walking back towards her car. Most people probably wouldn't think twice about it. But I remember my FTO telling me when I was a rookie, don't ever let someone go back into their vehicle unless they absolutely have to. And the officer recognized that immediately. He called her back and stayed one step ahead. That's experience. Then I started thinking about something else. Pretty much every owner's manual tells you not to drive much over 50 miles per hour on a spare tire. And there's a reason for that. So imagine doing 96 miles per hour after the spare tire is already gone and the car is riding on the wheel itself. At that point, you're throwing sparks, damaging the vehicle, and giving up a lot of control. That's exactly what happened here. And when you zoom out, it all started because she decided to give a false name instead of facing the situation she was already in. And I'll tell you something from experience. Calls like this can wear on an officer over time. Now, this guy stopped because somebody needed help. She took advantage of that because most cops start this job wanting to help people. But you have enough encounters like this, and that trust you started your career with gets a little harder to hold on to.
Getting out before the video was ever even put on YouTube for me to see it. It's crazy. Man, you was about to kill 16 people. You got out because you took a plea deal? Boy, this shit, guys, this shit must be desertfully nice. I ain't gonna lie. This bitch must be extravagantly nice. Boy, I swear to God, ain't no way. Boy, this shit tough. This shit tough out here, boy. Man. Wow. Anyway, I'm about to dose up with me some more goddamn Dayquil, probably grab me something to eat. Oh man, shit, I'm about to goddamn. I'm probably about to go to sleep. You lay down for a couple more hours, man. But if y'all drop down, if y'all drop in here, man, I appreciate y'all for dropping in here. I love y'all, my good peoples, man. Y'all make sure y'all be good. Like I said, man, keep me in your prayers, please. I gotta shake back from this shit. I don't know, boy. I'm short of breath. I don't like this. Oh shit. I know I'm getting older, but damn, this what sick feel like when you get older. Hell no. I gotta get immune system all the way back right. I gotta get immune system all the way back right. Cause hell no. Fuck no. We can't go like this one. Hell no. But yeah, man. Y'all be good, man. I'm gonna catch y'all. I definitely catch y'all later on for sure. I definitely catch y'all later on. I don't know if I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, but I definitely catch y'all later on for sure. So I'm gonna catch y'all later on, man. I'm out of this bitch.
Oh.